Have you ever noticed how quickly your mind starts to panic when someone feels slightly distant? Maybe they reply a little slower than usual. Maybe their energy changes for one day. Maybe they start giving attention to someone else. And suddenly, your chest feels heavy. You start wondering, did I do something wrong? Are they losing interest? Am I about to be replaced? And the scary part is, even when nobody actually says they're leaving, you still feel like you're standing at the edge of abandonment. If this sounds familiar, you're not too sensitive. You're most likely someone who never learned what emotionally safe love feels like. Because people who feel secure in love don't constantly search for signs that they're about to be forgotten. But when you grow up emotionally uncertain, your brain quietly learns something dangerous, that love can disappear at any moment. So now, every small change feels like a warning, and over time you become hyper-aware of everything. Tone changes, reply times, body language, who they follow, who they laugh with more. You start collecting tiny pieces of information, trying to answer one painful question. Am I still important to them? The exhausting part is, most people around you probably have no idea this is happening inside your mind. Because externally, you may look calm, but internally, you're constantly preparing yourself to be emotionally replaced. And eventually, relationships stop feeling safe. They start feeling competitive. You compare yourself to everyone. You wonder if someone is prettier than you, more interesting than you, easier to love than you. And without realizing it, you slowly begin treating love like something you must earn. That's why reassurance never lasts very long. Someone can tell you, I care about you. And for a moment you feel relieved. But then one small shift happens again, and the fear comes back. Because the real problem was never the relationship itself. It was the belief underneath it. People leave when someone better appears. And once that belief exists inside you, your nervous system stays alert all the time. Not because you're dramatic, but because emotionally, you learn that attachment is unstable. A lot of people who struggle with this grew up feeling emotionally inconsistent love. Sometimes they were valued, sometimes ignored, sometimes praised, sometimes emotionally abandoned. So their brain adapted. It learned, I must stay emotionally useful in order to stay loved. And this creates a painful adult pattern. You become someone who constantly monitors relationships instead of relaxing inside them. You overthink silence. You overanalyze changes. You seek reassurance indirectly. And deep down, you fear that if you stop trying, people will stop choosing you. But here's the truth nobody told you. Healthy love does not make you feel replaceable all the time. Real connection doesn't force you into constant competition. You are not supposed to feel like you're fighting invisible people just to keep someone's attention. Because real love is not about outperforming everyone else. It's about emotional safety. And emotionally safe people don't make you feel like your position in their life is constantly at risk. The hard part is, when you've lived with emotional insecurity for a long time, stability can actually feel unfamiliar. You may even mistake anxiety for love, because chaos feels emotionally normal to you. But love was never supposed to feel like permanent uncertainty. You do not need to become the most perfect person in the room to deserve consistency. You do not need to constantly prove your value to avoid abandonment. And you are not easy to replace simply because someone failed to reassure you properly. Sometimes, the deepest healing begins when you stop asking, How do I become impossible to replace? And start asking, why do I believe I must compete to be loved in the first place? Because your value was never supposed to depend on how tightly someone holds on to you. And maybe, for the first time in your life, you deserve relationships where your heart is allowed to rest, not perform, not compete, not panic, just rest.